Welcome, everyone. This is our webinar, How to Give Yourself Permission to Be Seen. And today we're talking about what it takes to really be safe, being visible, and why your body hesitates when internally in your mind you feel like you're ready. You're ready to step into something bigger, a bigger identity, into fully sharing your gifts. Before we start, I would really love to hear from you. Why would you like to be seen? Why is it important for you to be visible? What's going to open up for you if you become confident in being seen in your truth? And we are not talking about just visibility as a performance, right? That may be one of the ways you would like to share. But what we are talking about today is sharing your deepest truth. Jonathan, hi. Welcome, and please.
Hello, everyone. It's interesting to look at everyone here, and I'm like, well, looks like I may be the only gentleman in the crowd here. So
Possibly.
glad that I can hold the masculine space here for a bit. Thanks
Please.
very much for having the this webinar. For myself, being fully visible um, would translate to my business just blooming and blossoming. And I know that I've got tons of value and guidance that I can give to individuals, and letting myself be seen completely means that I'd be able to share that with thousands and hundreds of thousands more than I currently am. So that's what it means to me.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing. Who can resonate with that? Like raise your any of your hands, computer or real, to say, yeah, that would give me really freedom to bloom in my business. Thank you. Thank you for sharing, Jonathan. All right. So what else are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about the deep subconscious reasons why you still didn't give yourself that permission. What is it underneath that stops you from fully stepping into this, whether it's in your business, in your practice, or in your life, in a leadership in any kind? We're going to dive deep, and we're going to have a short somatic practice as part of the deep work, because I want you to have some kind of not just mindset understanding, but somatic embodied experience. Why we're doing what we're doing and how you can benefit from it. And then I'll open a path to how I can support you in overcoming the inherited blocks of being seen. That's our agenda for today. How does that sound? Good on that? Yeah? Thank you for that permission. So before we do that, first let me go ahead and share the slides so I stay on track and I don't get distracted with just going all over the place. You'll keep accountability here. So we got through our agenda. That's what we're going to do. Fear of being seen in your truth. The subconscious reason, the subconscious, in this case, in this work, I specifically mean generational, but I'm going to share why. That's what I mean. So before we go into that, I would like to share my story. A few years ago, or before I started Ancestral Alchemy, I was working in a tech company and I had this passion on the side. I was really feeling the energy and I knew that it could help people. I would work with my friends, I would work with my family, I would honestly just work with strangers in the street when I was traveling. And that was coming through me. I was doing Reiki, I was holding yoga classes back then. And I knew that this is true. And what I do in a tech company is to make money. It felt good, it paid good, but it wasn't my thing. Let me know somehow in a chat or in a reaction that you can resonate with that. That that's something that's on your path when you're doing something that's comfortable because it needs to be done, the bills need to be paid, but your true passion is not in your work right now. Or maybe it was 3 months ago, 6 months ago, when it's not really where you want it to be. Then what happened? Once in my travel, I came across ancestral healing. And I realized, I had this realization, this embodied somatic experience, that the patterns that I'm trying to shift with my mind, that those anger things, those triggers, those feelings of emptiness, dissatisfaction with life, it's not just mine. So that story is bigger than me. That was living through me as me being part of it. I experienced how I'm carrying my grandmother's anger, my grandfather's powerlessness and tendency to addiction after he came back from war. In reality, I experienced the war itself as being part of my ancestry, that global conflict that was running through me and expressing itself in my life, in how I chose my relationships, in how I showed up at my work projects, and the fact that I could not speak about my passion. If you ask me to show up in front of the camera and speak, like that's what I do, I would say, I don't know, it just feels good. It just comes through me, but I don't really know. When I started working with Ancestry, when I realized that I don't actually have to fix that by myself, that a lot of that is not mine, a lot of that is inherited, that empowered me to offer it as a gift, to offer it publicly, to build my practice around it, and to step fully into something I really love, not as a side project, but as the way I live, work, and relate to others. That's what it gave me. So the biggest moment for me was that I realized that we have the power within to alchemize those blocks, and they don't just disappear into nothing. In fact, they become the source of empowerment and support. They become our blessing. Instead of being pulled back when you're trying to step forward, you're now having this wind behind you, like the wings that bring you forward and support you with every decision. Every time you need to make a decision, it becomes clear when you lean into, when you expand into this support. And first of all, expand into your ancestral network. Lillian, I think you mentioned in the previous call this, when I trust, when I expand myself into allowing the universe take care of me and be connected to the universe through our ancestry, then everything becomes easier. Everything becomes the flow rather than attempt after attempt after attempt of working hard. That's what this work did to me. So I shared earlier, and I'm going to share in this call one more time, the 3 generational reasons, the key generational reasons why visibility. And we know that for us to step into our leadership and from there grow business, grow your practice, grow your legacy, we need to be visible. We need to be visible in our truth. We cannot hide behind the masks because masks don't really connect to people. We connect authentically from heart to heart. And we're going to experience that during the meditation today, during the somatic practice. So number 1 reason is at some point in your lineage, it was dangerous to be seen. If you have Holocaust, genocide, oppressive political regimes, slavery, pursuing the medicine women, right? What is commonly known as witch hunt, communism, nationalism, tyranny, hunger, immigration. In your lineage, there's a high chance that it was embodied into your emotional DNA, that being visible leads to exclusion and punishment. And you are still carrying it within. You are carrying it inside your body. Number two thing that could happen, you learned to survive by staying attuned to others. That is commonly caused by having an emotionally unavailable or abusive parent. In those first years of development, when the child reaches out for love and receives silence or aggression, we learn to really become sensitive to which mood my caretaker is in right now and adjust to it. We learn that external peacekeeping is more important than my internal nervous system. And when it is kept in our young age, it's frozen in our nervous system, in our psyche, and we move through life with that. So in leadership, what we tend to do, we sense to response from another, and we either burn ourselves out by trying to do that, by trying to adjust, or we overgive. We continuously, constantly overgive. And that brings us to burnout as well, right? So we can no longer do the sustainable practice, sustainable business. We give too much, we don't ask for enough, and we are not maintaining ourselves. We essentially lose our own flow. We're no longer able to give from that place of authentic relation. We start chasing after that feedback. And three is success separate you from the past. What does it mean? If your family had a glass ceiling to how much they were making, what if you made 10 times than they did? How would you be able to relate to them? Often it comes with guilt. It's almost like survivor's guilt when we move into that. There's actually also survivor's guilt when somebody in your family was murdered, was a victim of a Holocaust. And you didn't, you survived. And you live even pretty okay life. But you're on a constant lookout for danger. You constantly feel in your nervous system, not in your mind, because your mind says, no, I'm safe. It is okay right now. But your nervous system says, if I have more, it will be taken away from me. I will be attacked. I will be punished. I will be excluded. And it is reflected in your actions. You hesitate, you stop yourself, you say no to opportunities. It lives within your body. Another example is women in your family don't make more than men. What if you do? It takes you away from your belonging. The question I invite you to ask here is, who do you stay loyal to by failing? Who do you stay loyal to by failing? So let's do some practice. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Let's find a comfortable position. Put your feet on the ground. Let's start breathing slowly. Let's do a deep inhale through your nose. And breathe out into your spine. Find a position at which it is very easy for you to keep straight. It's a minimum effort for you to keep your body straight. I'll do a few more breaths. And exhale. Deep in. And the longest exhale. Now, if it feels comfortable, close your eyes. And bring your awareness to your feet. Start feeling how the roots are starting to grow from your feet. Let them grow through the floor, through the foundation of your building, through the soil, through the ground waters, through the rocks. Go deeper. Go all the way down to the center of the earth. And feel yourself connected to the center of the earth. Allow yourself to feel rooted into the ground. You are part of the earth, interconnected with the earth. Notice the energy going down from your body into the earth. Everything that doesn't belong to this moment can go into the earth through your roots. Let it release from you easily without pushing, by allowing. Allow it to melt, to go through you, and go back into the earth to get recycled, to get taken care of. And now notice the energy coming up from the earth into you. The micronutrients that you need in this moment. The support that your body can use right now. Like any tree, you take in your nourishment from the ground through your roots. Allow yourself to surrender to that support. Allow yourself to become the vessel through which the energy runs and flows each way, from your mind down to the body, down to the earth. From the earth up into your roots, up into your body. Breathe into that connection. Now allow yourself to open your heart a little more. Relax into this space a little more. And we are going to invite your ancestry behind your back. All those who came before you. All those whose presence gave you life. Behind your right shoulder, imagine the soul of your father, his highest expression. Put him into the right distance, not too close, not too far from you. And notice connection from his heart to your heart. The life force flowing from his heart to your heart. Behind your left shoulder is your mom's soul, your radiant highest expression. She's in a comfortable place for you, not too far, not too close. Notice connection from her heart to your heart. A life force flowing. Drop your shoulders. Open up your heart a little more. Right now, in this interaction, only love is allowed. Only love is flowing from them to you. Behind your parents, now notice their parents. Your dad's mom, your dad's dad, your mom's mom, your mom's dad. Notice connection from their heart to your parents' heart. Life force flowing from them to your parents, through your parents to you. Open your heart a little more. Behind your grandparents and their parents, everyone connected through their heart, sending the life force forward, sending the love. And behind them, more ancestors and more ancestors. More ancestors behind them, all the way to the horizon, all the way to the source of life. Notice that white light. Notice the source that connects us all. Notice the wave of life flowing from the source through your ancestors to great grandparents, grandparents, parents, and through them to you. Open up your heart. Receive the love. You are grounded, connected, safe. Allow yourself to receive that love. Receive that support. Keep your awareness of your roots. Keep your heart open. And now, from this grounded and safe place, we're going to bring in the awareness of our inner child. Notice your inner child with you. Allow the image of them to come in front of you. Notice what they're doing and how they're feeling. If they're aware of your presence or not. Let them know that you're here. You're with them. Allow them to see you. Don't ask for anything. Just let them know, I'm here. I'm here with you. Allow them to experience you. If it feels right, you can offer your hand for them to connect with you. Or maybe you can even offer a hug. Don't force it. Only invite for a hug. It's up to them to choose if they want it or not. Let them know that you see them. Let them know that you're here for them. Let them know that you love them. Let's stay here for 2 more breaths. And now let's look around and see the environment your child is in. If you're outside or inside, if there are trees, rivers, caves, clouds. Simply notice everything that's there. Connect to the environment. Offer your presence to that environment. Now let the child know that you see that place, that you're connecting to this place, that you're with them in this place. Ask them if it's okay to be here with them. If it's okay, that I'll stay here with you. And if it feels right, and only if it feels right, ask them if they would like to play with you. Whenever you receive your answer, we're going to let them know that you're so happy to connect with them. And you will be back here. You will be back whenever they need you, or just to play. Tell them again that you love them, and they're most important to you. And now you will go back into being an adult, and you will be back. Slowly complete this interaction and bring yourself back to your breath, back to your body. And whenever you're ready, inhale, your eyes open. Welcome back, everyone. I would like to hear from you how safe it felt to connect to your ancestry and how safe your inner child felt in your presence. If anyone would like to share. Please, Jonathan. Jillian, I also see your hand, so you'll ask you after that. Thank you.
I've worked with my inner family quite a bit. So connecting to my inner child was, yeah, no problem at all. And I knew exactly the forest that he likes to run around and play in. So that was very nice to be reconnected and reminded of that space. So thank you for that. And then connecting in with my ancestors, I don't do that as often. So um, it was also very easy to just feel every generation, or probably, at least 20 generations back. And it was very nice to feel that support coming from them, and that I get to very much live the fruits of their labors. So yeah, thank you for doing that.
Thank you, Jonathan. I love that you have the forest in your background as well, speaking in the forest with your inner child. Yeah, thank you for sharing. Jillian, please.
I've never done this kind of exercise before, so I wasn't basing it on any preconceived ideas. So I just literally followed what you were saying. My parents are no longer alive, but I kind of felt like they'd popped back when you were saying about my father and mother. I could really feel like they'd, oh, Vika wants us to be here, we better pop back. And then as the generations behind them came along, I almost felt like there was a silk thread joining us from way back at the beginnings of time to my shoulder, or to my heart, perhaps. The inner child was really interesting because she was laughing at me. Because when you said inner child, I imagined me when I was a little girl in a photo I have. But this person didn't look very much like me, other than little blonde curly hair. But she was laughing at me, and there was lots and lots of light, and she was obviously outside. And then she came over to me and put her hand up, and the next thing I knew, she'd hopped into my lap. And when you said, ask her to play with you, well, she was asleep in my lap, so I couldn't go and play with her. That was my experience.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing
I don't
this.
know what the significance is, but
Yeah, yeah. That connection on itself was powerful, right? Just that remembrance, that embodied. I love that you said the mom and dad came back as like, oh, we need to be there. So okay, somebody's asking us to be there, so we
it
can.
really felt, I wasn't imagining it. I really, really felt that. I really sensed that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
my inner child hopping into my lap was fine. But then when she fell asleep, I thought, I guess she's kind of happy with me.
Yeah. Thank you for that. So that's one of the reasons I asked you to play. We did this workshop a couple of months ago, and the workshop was actually on abundance, working with the energy of abundance. But always, every time when we come back to it, it comes back to safety, how safe I am. And what's the one thing that you know you are safe when you feel that? Playfulness. There's no play when we are unsafe. So for you to know this, like that's why we ask with the inner child, do you want to play with me? Because if I feel that, if I'm ready for that, I'm ready to go deeper. When we work with inner child, and right now we also brought in the ancestry, those are the archetypes. That's what we call the archetypical energies, the archetypes that live within us, that inner child lives within us. The inner parents, our relationships with our parents live within us. When we're able to untangle them, and first we of course work with the parents, then we go deeper. I love, I think Jonathan, you said it's 20 generations back. That's beautiful that you could feel that many. Most people feel 3, and then it kind of blurs into the light energies. Feeling many often means you have access to the resilience through all of those generations. Everything they live through, it's now a lived experience in your blood. So you can actually call into that. You can call into those people who needed to be visible. You can call into those who lived before you, who needed to make difficult decisions, who needed to buy a house, who needed to make a decision about raising their children. You can about survival. So there are fears that make sense to our life. Like there's still dangers that we are in sometimes, right? So we need those fears to be activated. But the fears that stop us, they are no longer connected to our life. Why they happened? They happen in our life, they're still alive because the life in them, the life force in them wasn't acknowledged and released. Often for us right now, there's no physical danger to us becoming visible, but there's judgment. And at some level, it felt survival. Once we acknowledge that, we acknowledge that guilt, that anger, that shame that we are carrying, we see that when open our heart to that, we're able to release that back. The way to do that we see, and that's purely experiential. We've seen it over and over and over again in the field. When we open up to that, it gets unlocked to the level that now it almost like I can breathe for the first time. I no longer have to think about them judging me when I step in front of the public speaking. It no longer matters. I allow this energy to move through me and get expressed from the heart because I know that's what I was born for. And I no longer have to hide. And anytime I receive a negative feedback, still gonna happen, right? Still humans. I don't get triggered by it. I don't get into this defensive mode of, oh, and that means that much about me. These stories come from into my being, into my individual, but the love expands. Am I making sense right now? Let me know if I took too much off the road. Yeah, good. Thank you.
Can I share something?
Please, Lillian, I would love that.
It's a quote I just read before I was sitting here waiting to go on with you. It's interesting how it came up before this. So it's called A New Theory of Evolution. An individual has not started living until he can rise above the narrow confines of his individualistic concerns to the broader concerns of all humanity. And it's by Martin Luther King Jr.
I love that. Thank you. I'll take one more share. And what did you experience as you expanded into that ancestral network? And you probably want to speak about something else, but go ahead.
No, that what you just said about safety and play.
Mm-hmm.
And so interesting in that meditation. Well, previously I had done the remembering your being seen first video where you ground the roots, and my roots connected not only to the ground but also in to where I live, where I was born, Georgia, and then they spread to where I had lived in New Jersey, and then where I had lived in Massachusetts, and where my ancestors had lived in Pennsylvania, and then in Canada, and then in Ireland, and just all around the world. It was amazing, the connections. But in this particular, what you were talking about, the safety to playfulness, when I met my child, it was in an unsafe place. It was in a place where at 5 or 6 in New York City, I was sexually abused. And I thought, well, I can't play here. We can't play here. But I will sit here with you. I will be here with you. And we will be safe here. I will take care of you. And this won't happen again. And next time, and it also connects to when you were talking about, yes, this happened. There's no judgment here. Yes, this happened. There's no judgment here. And so I kept saying, well, let's go outside and play. We'll go outside and play next time.
Mm-hmm.
But also the connections. Jillian was talking about a silk thread. My connections this time went way back, and so it fans out this way. It's not just one line, it just fans out, and each and every line had hearts. They were just hearts, 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 hearts. And as you say, coming through and expressing through your heart. So it's as if, those big kites, they need many lines to keep them flying. Lots of lines going back, and ribbons of hearts, 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 and then just, it was really beautiful. So thank you for that. That was really amazing.
Thank you, Anne. Love that share. Thank you for sharing so openly. Yes, and that was one of the very foundational things, right? We kind of expanded to parents. And I want to bring up and maybe expand a little bit of what Anne said. Our ancestry is much more than that. Our ancestry is much more than just direct lineage, direct parents. When we work deeper into that, we include siblings, we include born and unborn, we include natural elements. And that beautiful connection through the heart, that's where empowerment in this work lives. Because it's the alchemy of our heart. It's our heart where we are empowered to bring it back into this happened. Yes, this is what is. That's where love is. That's how love speaks. That's how love functions. We work through forgiveness. Love's function is forgiveness. First of all, forgiveness of self, self-empowerment through I am holding all of that within my heart. One of the foundational moves in ancestral alchemy is to take in your parents as they are. And one of the journeys we did early is healing the mother one is it speaks about their three stories. There's a story of your mother that you know. There's the story of your mother that others told you. And there's the true story of her. And to see, to feel, to experience, and to receive. And notice I say the word receive. We often use the word accept. There's a difference. We can say right now, for your understanding, accept as is. Truly embodiment level, receive. Receive as is. Take it into your heart. How do you know you received it? Two indicators. One, we said it's playfulness that arises because you're releasing the energy that you hold by hiding it. Everything that you're ashamed of, you hide. You use energy to keep it down, right? Once it's released, playfulness comes up. And another thing is you don't get triggered by things. You don't get triggered by words. Of course, we're humans. We go through the journey. So the triggers happen and you go into, what is it? What is this opportunity I can release right now? Where I can open up a little more. Let me know if some fears or resistance are coming up right now. Maybe it's something, some story in your mind says, yeah, but I cannot take all of it. There are good, bad things in the world. I want to hear something bad. Please, Jonathan.
I feel like I might just be like talking all the time here. So please stop me if I'm speaking too much. So one of the things that I'm working with is my parents were highly visible. They're both performers in the classical arts, and I think one thing that's going on subconsciously in my system is that I saw their dysfunction and I see their dysfunction that is still currently evolving in whatever way. And I think there's probably some kind of like a deeply seated thing that says, oh yes, being visible is possible, but it comes at a price. So I've been doing my best to listen to what you've been sharing about and trying to find kind of a common thread that I'd be able to latch on around that. Would you be able to speak about that a little bit if you could?
How about we feel into that for a moment? Being visible comes with a price. I invite you to feel into that statement and go into the body and find where in your body it resonates. Being visible comes with a price. And that's for everyone. If you're not tuned into that, being visible comes with a price. Find in your body where you feel it the most. Where is that?
It's just under my heart, kind of right in my solar plexus, liver kind of area.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to stay with that just for a moment. And now I'm going to ask that pattern, that energy, to come from your body in front of you. Being visible comes with a price. Invite it to come in front of you in any shape or form it wants to. You may invite it with the words, I want to see you. Do you get the image?
Yes, it's like a dark, smoky, you know, when you drop a thing of food coloring into clear water and how it kind of like dissipates. It's kind of like that, but it's just jet black and it's just kind of swirling around right here in front of me.
Good. Let's stay with that image for a moment. Just take a few breaths and connect with it. Just witnessing. You don't need it to change. You're just offering your presence to it. I want to see you. And breathe into that. And you may notice if there is a connection between you and that energy. Just breathe into that connection as well. Just offering your presence. And keep breathing. Now, when it feels right, you can address that pattern and say, I see you. You belong here. You belong to my system. And keep staying with that. I see you. You belong here. What emotions are coming up?
Um, well, the feeling of power and empowerment to, yeah. As soon as I said, I want to see you, it started shape shifting and first went into a bar, then into a, flat square. And um, it went from that wishy-washy and then it actually turned into a sword. And it's like, oh, okay. So it's that, yeah, that I've got that as a thing that serves me now. So thank you.
Yeah,
Appreciate
good.
that exercise.
My pleasure. So that was a really quick, actually, demo of how our obstacles often carry power for us. They become that blessing. So now it may become your sword to protect you, work with you. It almost works like magic. And it's magic of our presence. The key element here is I'm not intending to transform you. I'm not intending to change you. I'm not intending to remove the pain out of me. I'm not intending to make anything different. All I'm doing is offering my presence. I'm not escaping anymore. Lillian, please.
Curious. So you asked a question. It's what are you afraid of? Or at least that's what I heard anyway. when you're visible. And I started realizing before Jonathan shared, and from the exercise the meditation we did with the inner child. So I brought her from a very dangerous situation like Anne out of that place when she was kind of 3 or 4 years of age, to my home, which was just across the road, and down to a sandpit where we used to play as children. And we played and we did all that, and there was recovery. But I was aware, sort of sideways, of in that experience of fear that I've been suppressing for years. And from the start of our session here, memories had started coming back of when I was successful, how utterly dangerous it was to be. It's like standing naked in front of people, utterly in danger. And I remembered a few experiences I had in life, and I understand now why I don't. I can go out and do the work as long as they don't know me, if you like. If I stay anonymous, let's say. But I work and live in the area I grew up in. So I came back here to reclaim myself. So I'm seeing a big thing that I'm reclaiming. So I was afraid of death, really, of being murdered. And then I realized when I was a young girl at home, in my home, my father almost strangled my mother. And that didn't stay quiet in the house. My mum took him to court back in the 60s, and the whole neighborhood turned against us. So there was no, you were conditioned to learn not to feckin', you didn't, the shame, the embarrassment, and I'm afraid of anger, my own anger. And another time later in life, I received €1 million from the government. I did my job, but it cost me a lot, like I burnt out. And also in that, the staff in the place I was working in, that I was very supportive of, turned against me, and the community turned against me. But it wasn't my fault. But I was perceived again as being successful, and women were very threatened by me. I took on the church. I won't go into the story, but it just was very difficult. And I walked away. And that fear came up in Jonathan's, the process you did with Jonathan. It came up here in front of me in the shape of a body. And it was red hot anger. The anger I saw my father lose his reason from and almost strangled my mother. And what I realize now is that empowers me because of the process you just did. I can use my own anger to be successful. And I have over the years. I have done it. I had to do something with the anger. So what I did was I did loads of DIY and made something consciously real that I could see. But for a number of years, in the last 5 or 6, my own family pitched against me. And now, not my children, but my siblings, and they're all products of trauma. And also now I know I just put a lid on my anger. I just thought it must be me, for God's sake. All these things have happened in my life. It has to be me. And now I know I was just afraid of my anger. And I was afraid of their anger and their judgment. And now I know it's okay. I can use it. It's not, I won't kill somebody. I know it's empowering now,
Thank you
as
so
best
much,
as I
Lily.
can express it. So
Yeah,
thank you so much.
I love that. I love the imagery, the
And
healing.
it was in my base chakra, all that rattled up from.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's where anger lives. That's survival. That's primary. Absolutely. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
for listening and giving me the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Feeling into that. Very important that bringing somatic experience, right? How truly connected we are with our parents. They keep living after they die. They keep living within us. Our story keeps living within us. Our body doesn't know that time thing. It's
And
now.
also, what I love, the change in the language from, I would do that meditation when I'm doing constellation work, but the change now in bringing in the higher aspect, the soul, that's really beautiful because it's inspiring. It's seen here in the self, and
Exactly.
it's hugely supportive. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you, Lillian. I love that. That work with relationship between parents, extremely important. One of the most empowering things we can do in our lifetime is to stop carrying their conflicts within ourselves. And that's work. We use that word work, but it's the work of love. It's love. It's how I can bring it through love, how I can turn back and say, I'll take the strength from what happened and I'll do something good with it. Thank you so much, Lillian. Sue, hi.
I had kind of a, well, I don't know, different experience, I guess it's all relative, but when I reflected on the question about being visible comes with the price or any variation of that, what comes up for me is it's a lot of work to be visible. And then when we were doing that meditation, what image showed up for me was a dying flower bloom, like it's past its prime and it's wilting. And I was like, well, that's what it feels like when I'm exhausted. And recognizing that, I could feel that, seeing it. But I kind of got stuck there. And so I just wanted to share that and see if you had any guidance for future reflection from that point.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for sharing. You've done the permission to be seen journey, yes?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Remember that meditation with the great portal and the black hole?
Mm-hmm.
What appeared for you? What insights came up for you?
That one was one of the more challenging ones for me. I didn't really see a lot,
Mm-hmm.
feel a lot in that particular one.
Mm-hmm.
It was the third one, if I remember right.
Mm-hmm.
And the first two were very meaningful. And then I got to that one and I felt like I was on another planet. Not really, but like it didn't flow. Like the first one flowed into the second one, and then that one didn't flow for me. Maybe I need to go back and work with it more.
Yeah, that would be my invitation. You got the lifetime, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. My invitation would be to go to that one. I would do the first and two just for everybody to kind of include. So we did this permission to be seen 5-day journey, and it's gradually takes you into the safety of being visible. What's coming up for me when you share that it exhausts you, it exhausts your energy, that the word being visible doesn't necessarily carry the frequency in my truth. It kind of carries that I gotta work, I gotta use my energy to create this performance like identity And that takes energy, and that's why I exhaust. And it's not safe to be visible in my truth. Going back to this inner child that we, by the way, what was your image with the inner child?
When we did like earlier today,
Yeah.
I was playing in a sandbox that my dad built in the backyard of where we lived. And the particular image was he would get a dump truck of sand delivered, and it was kind of a hard thing for the dump truck to access. So always about a third of the sand was outside the sandbox because, the dump truck just did its lift and it slid out and formed that little mountain of sand or big mountain of sand. And a good portion of it was outside the sandbox. And I just enjoyed playing with that, and I tossed it back into the real sandbox.
When the adult Sue came in to interact with the little Sue, what happened?
Ask that again.
When you came in as an adult to interact with the inner child, was the inner child glad to see you, excited, playful, not really acknowledging your presence?
The inner child was excited mostly, but was afraid that I was being called because my playtime was over. Called to go do something.
Got it. Do the meditations, do the grounding, that ancestral support, then go back and do the black hole meditation a few times. Just really a few days in a row before bed, preferably. Let me know what opens up for you. Because I have a feeling there's going to be something really, really out there. It's tricky to do that because there you kind of become naked in front of the divine support. Right? As you are losing everything that's not you. You're shedding those skins like snake, and you're becoming that you. If it brings this heaviness in you, I wonder if I'm not safe to do that part, that it gets activated. And a little bit of that fear, does it mean the playtime is over? Kind of fear too, right? Also noticing, and I ask you about the inner child, you started speaking about your dad. That focus a little bit. Right? So that connection, that relationship must be very important. That it's in the essence of you. It's in the most vulnerable part of you. Okay. Yeah, I would be really open to hearing what comes up for you in that. Thank you for sharing. Alina, hi.
Hi. Thank you for the meditation. It was very surprising to come up with another rearrangement of words. It's like not be afraid to be seen, but to be afraid to show up, or the way I show up for the people. So that came up as one of my greatest fears. And it is really connected even with how the inner child appeared at the crossroad near my grandparents' house, playing and wanting to play. But immediately, as I saw among people and other children, I asked her to go somewhere away from people and to just be the two of us, to share what she has to say. And I was like constantly asking, why aren't we playing? And still I wanted to just be with her. And she said, it's okay. I'm going to talk and share if you want to know something. But then I was thinking, oh, but you're a girl, you would like to play. And still, I wouldn't climb down the hill that I took her, actually. I mean, I asked and she just, let's go if you want to. and we were like away from the people. So probably the greatest fear is to show up or the way I show up. I'm not ready, I'm not prepared. And yeah.
Just breathe into that.
And it's for the first time it comes up like this, actually, like clear that the fear is how I show up. There's a lot of responsibility how one shows up. This is how I get as all the learning and the teaching and yeah.
Mm-hmm. May I give you homework? Would you like that?
Yeah, that would be great, actually.
That one phrase that you said, I'm not ready. It really has the gravity in it. My invitation would be to do a similar thing that we did with Jonathan. You feel where in the body that stays. Really allow the emotions to come with it, this cycle of emotion, because it's an emotionally charged phrase for you. And then invite it in front of you. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It's
the
right
body.
here.
Yeah.
Right in the heart area. My chest is just,
yeah,
the heart is coming out.
right? Yeah, it's a lot there. Just that,
yeah.
It's a lot there. So you feel in that. And when that emotion comes a little bit, settles down, you bring it in front of you and you'll say those words when they feel right for you. The words are, I see you, you belong here. Right now, the charge goes, I'm not ready and I should be. Right? So there's part rejection that says, I'm not where I should be. Every time anything like should comes in, there's rejection of the reality. What you want to offer, kind of very similar practice, offer presence to, I'm not ready. Acknowledge it, and allow it. The next phrase can be, I have a place for you. Everything is energy, right? The words are energy. Emotions are energy in motion. So when we invite that, it can take a shape in front of you. I'm not ready. What does it look like? What does it feel like? Offer presence. Okay, I'm not ready. I see you. I'm present with you. You have a place here. You belong to my system. And sit with it until it naturally feels complete, whatever happens. Fight, anger, grief, emotions, anything. Allow yourself to be present with it. Do it for good, like 10, 15 minutes until it feels naturally complete. Make sure you're in a place that you're not disturbed. You're not thinking about anything else. Notice that when we did the meditation, I first did the ancestral support meditation, grounding into the earth, right? Support. If we're not grounding and you're still coming into like in the break between two tasks, like I'm going to make dinner in 15 minutes and now I'm going to do that. The brain is still somewhere else. So that's why we ground, bring in ancestral support. You can even ask for permission from your ancestry. If your connection to ancestry is good and strong and feels safe and supportive, yeah, ask for permission.
I felt very safe and support this time.
Good, good. Bless me to heal this wound right now. You can use that. Please bless me. Right? Even that is a little bit emotionally charged.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So safety, grounding, Mother Earth, first connection. That's why we always do, when we do ancestral support, we always work with the energy of the mother first. Once that connection is released, it's cleared out, right? Then there's more support coming in, more life energy coming in. I'm safe to be here. I'm supported. I'm connected. I'm grounded. From that place, invite the pattern that bothers you. Look at it. Sometimes that's enough. Like Anna was sharing, we'll play next time. Right now, it's what is. Right now, it may be grief, so let grief out. without attachment of what it should be. Just being with it, just staying present with it. That's your homework. Yeah?
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
And I could hear you.
Good. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Michelle, hi.
Hi, good to see you. Nice to see
You too.
everyone. Yeah, this is all really wonderful. And I thought I'd put my hand up because I'm overcoming my fear of being seen. And I was like, okay, come on. This is like practice ground.
Mhm.
So yeah, and it was really interesting in the yeah, the meditation, what comes up for me is around like it's safe to be small. Like this is just a repeated pattern with my mother as well. So it's like it's safe to be small. So there's something about being dangerous and being large. Yeah, so being large is like being seen. So there's something in that. And I wanted to put my hand up because yeah, when it came up, I can't remember which sort of meditation it was or what was happening. But when I was being seen, like, wow, it was really quite intense. There was, I think it might have been myself, I don't know, another person, literally with like daggers at my throat. Yeah, it was just like, yeah, it's quite lethal. So, yeah, it was quite harsh. And I don't know if it links into previous lives around witch hunt, etc.
Mhm.
So I think there's something of that energy there.
Mhm. Yeah, for a lot of women, there is that witch wound, right? It's still in
Hmm.
our memory, it's still in our DNA. And not only if you're in a female body, right? Because we don't always reincarnate in the same form and shape, right? So it's a lot of that. And that part, that's even a bigger conversation. We don't really have time to go into that. We're going to touch base on it just a little bit. That's in that pattern of victim perpetrator.
The what, sorry, the
The
parallel victim.
victim perpetrator. So if
Okay.
there's a victim, there's a perpetrator. If there's a perpetrator, there's a victim. So just a little bit on the witch wound and related to that. So what I mentioned, the Holocaust, genocide, all of that, very important part in that. When we start receiving life as is, we no longer see those stories as victimhood of perpetrators. Why? Because there's freedom of choice that's come up. So everything we kind of discussed earlier brings us to this awareness. All we're doing right now is raising awareness. Oh, hey, I'm bigger than just me. There are more energies in place. I actually am part of this huge line of ancestry. We can also bring up those who come after us, right? So we're not just in that. We can also bring up born and unborn with it events and natural disasters as part of that, not just political events, right? We come into this experience to transform pain into love. We choose pain specifically to learn how to transform it into love. So if I look at it from that perspective, I'm not a victim of being burned as a witch. I'm a brave soul who came in to experience being burned and rise from it into love.
Mhm.
Notice that, yeah? The shift.
Mhm. Mhm.
When
Yeah,
we
that's
just
beautiful.
call it, and I know it's very common to call it, and I even use that word, it's the mother wound, it's the witch wound, it's the sisterhood wound. When we just call it the wound, we kind of take away the power of it. Because we say it was the victim position, she was the victim of that. Whether we're going into 15th century or 20th century, right? When I said they were the victims of Holocaust. Yes, the wars are still happening right now, right? So it's when we expanded into I am not just me, I am this eternal energy that's unconditionally connected to source. I can now look into what is this opportunity, possibility for me. I can look at any pain instead of this is happening to me. I need to survive this. How do I set up my boundaries to survive this? Instead, it goes, this is my opportunity to alchemize. I'm that strong, I'm that brave, I'm that powerful that I was gifted this situation, these circumstances, this opportunity to alchemize it into love. That comes with empowerment, right? That's no longer with this, well, I'm carrying this witch wound within me. That's why I'm not able to, right? Rather than I have the ancestry where, let's say, women, and it's not only women, right? Witch wound is not only women. There were men burned too, they were punished for being the healers, right? It's medicine men and medicine women, all of those connections. I have that ancestry when that happened, and I can be reborn out of that fire. Similar to what Leland was talking about, that fire of Ganga, right? You can use that and say, that happened. I can tap into that resilience. And now I'm going to speak from truth. And speaking from truth means not revenge. Like, revenge is still this victim perpetrator. I'm going to share one story and I'm just going to continue right after that. When this work was brought into life, it was brought in Germany. It was brought in Germany of 1960s, 70s. As we know, what was happening in Germany at that time is there was the next generation of people who came after all the pain of the war. That was the nation where the victims and perpetrators, and especially perpetrators, right, that named by the whole world being said, you are the perpetrators, were present. When this work started, the family constellation started, and Bert Hellinger brought it from South Africa. He brought it into Germany. And he started doing the constellations. He removed the perpetrators, the Nazis. He would remove them from the room and said, you out now? Okay, now without that person, without the murderer, without the ones who committed that crime, proven, fact, they did it. Let's find harmony in the family system. And he couldn't. What happened very quickly, our mind says they were wrong, they should be punished. That's how the system is set up, right? That's how our judgment system is set up. There's a legal system is set up. That's how everything kind of still works at that level, and the material level. On a soul level, when he realized that this family system needs the perpetrators, he started bringing them back. He started bringing them in the room. What happened very soon after that, the victims, the representatives, right? So you're familiar with family constellations?
Yes, yeah.
The representatives of the victim and representative of the perpetrator, the murderer, were feeling great attraction to each other. They wanted to be close to each other. They felt love in between them. When they were able to connect, the whole family system relaxed. It's those soul contracts that say, I love you so much, I will play perpetrator for you so you can transmute that love, that pain into love. On a soul level, over and over in the field, that's what it shows. As soon as victim and perpetrator come together, the pattern doesn't need to repeat. As long as we judge the victim as the victim and perpetrator as perpetrator, and that's relevant. We are talking about patterns, relationships with. It's relevant for cheating in a partnership. It's relevant for betrayal in a business. You take that pattern, you resolve it through love, you're no longer going to be betrayed as you build your business. That's how funky it works. Because we started from what would it help you with if you were sin? I can step into my gift, I can fully bloom in my business, right? And now we're talking about murders and that feeling, right? Why? Because we're talking about pattern. You can access the pattern that blocks you from any trigger. Your triggers is the opportunity. Anything that feels unsafe, that's your option. The more safe you feel, that's why we did this. That's why before we did the permission to be seen journey, it was all about safety. It was only about safety. How safe can I bring myself to be present with? That meditation I referred to when Sue asked the question, it's called expand your capacity. What do we expand the capacity for? Not escaping, not judging. Because the moment I judge it, the moment I say it should be different, I escape from it. When I stay present with it, I don't want it to be different. All I'm saying is, I see you and you belong here. And whatever message is in you. And you can do that. I shared in one of the emails that you can do that when you need to make a decision, when you can choose this or this trip or this trip, this date, go or not go, take this practice or not, participate in this course or not. Anytime you step into this, when you go with your brain, and we so value our mental energy, we so value logic, we so value intelligence that we think we want to figure out. When we expand, when we relax it, will bring our body into safety. We don't have to figure it out anymore. That's the one thing that's undervalued. That's my message that I'm bringing. As long as we can acknowledge the hidden patterns and say, that is what it is. Not this is the victim and this is perpetrator, but it happened, period. It happened. I see you. And I'm willing to see the truth behind it. Even if I don't understand the truth, even if it makes zero sense to me, even if it's in a triangle box shape drop thingy, doesn't matter. We are stepping into the times now when our energy goes into the heart. Our ability to communicate through the heart. And that's why we're talking about being seen in our truth. It will be critical. We are stepping into the world where fake becomes so valuable and so out there, like every moment. How do we stay insane, right, in this? How do we not lose ourselves? We gotta come into the heart. We gotta stop only relying on our mind. Mind is important, and so is heart, and so is soul. It's a trinity, right? It's that integration. When we go into this and we open up from this, we step into authenticity, vulnerability, open heart. I no longer need to hide behind the mask. I no longer need to create performance. It no longer has to cost me. I can reshape that. Maybe before it was, thank you, I see you. One more step, by the way, Jonathan, for you in that pattern after you bring in thank you, I see you, you belong here. Thank you for keeping my family safe. I see your service. I recognize your service. That's when we can bloom. That's when we can open up to that. Was that helpful, Michelle?
Really helpful. Yeah, super helpful. I've never seen it from that side, but I think, yeah, like the phoenix rising from the ashes. It's yeah, it's beautiful. So it's very empowering. Thank you.
You got it. That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And just to say, I think that this session's perfect for the new moon.
Right?
Thank
Just
you.
happened to be on that. Yeah. Thank you for noticing that as well. wants more of this? Who wants more of these revelations in your life? Yeah? Yeah? All right. Can I share with you where we can get that? What can I bring to open more of that? So I have just a few slides to share with you. Going back into slides. Shifting the mood a little bit. Now I'm gonna go into the mental. Now I'm gonna ask my dad to help me with my masculine energy to deliver. Let's do this. This is what I have for you. I'm opening up a 3-month container, and I call it Step Boldly into Your Calling, because that's what this container is designed for. To really step out of hiding, step into, I'm supported, I'm safe to move forward, I'm empowered. This is what it's for. We're doing it in a small group, kind of like this, supporting, inspiring each other. You notice that when Jonathan was sharing, a few of you said, like, during that practice, I noticed, right? So every time when somebody in the group goes through this vulnerable, open transformation, it resonates through the field. It's an open door for you as well to experience that level of healing. So what is this about? What is it not? Let's talk about what it's not. I know we talk about business. So this is for practitioners, facilitators, leaders, visionaries, artists, people who know their passion. Was like, I know what I want to do, and I'm really close to figuring out, like, I have this feeling, I have this calling in me, and maybe I don't have the words for it yet, but I know it's there. It's this fire is there. It's in me. It wants to speak through me. This is like, it's not that like, yeah, it would be nice to have that. Like, I need to do this in this lifetime. This lifetime is it. Like, this is when I need to do that. I've got this experience before, my life experience. I've gotta bring it back, and I gotta share it with people. Like, it's really burning inside me. This is what it's for. It's not a how-to program. It's not how to get clients, get visible. It's not how to write social media posts. Maybe you had it. There's a lot of programs out there who do that. This is different. This is when you do this, when you become visible, when you're eager to do this, what's blocking you in an ancestral way, especially in ancestral way. Inner child is included, right? Look, you have to do the inner child work. You have to be already familiar with what that inner child work. You have to have awareness that you have multiple identities, multiple parts in you, so we can work that you have the observer, that you have the inner child, that you have the inner mother, that you have the inner father, that you are connected to the divine. And then we go deeper. Then we go to the primal. We go to the essence. We go through these victim perpetrators and see where am I aligning with the victim? Where am I aligned with the perpetrator? Whose story from my family lineage I'm carrying, even if I don't know about it? You don't have to know what happened. Your body will tell you. And it may tell you multiple ways, right? It doesn't necessarily make sense. It may be an image. We work with the archetypes of forest. Forest is a very powerful archetype. Very powerful. Often very connected to your ancestry. River, very powerful archetype. Animals, work with that. For some people, very connected to animals. The animals come in, the support is right there. For some others, it could be a cave. For some others, it could be a person. Right? So it's very personalized into what your imagery is, what your sensations are, how somatic are you in your body. And we perceive differently. We are designed differently. Each one of us is very unique. Because some of us are going to have the visions. Some of us will experience nothing, but will have dreams. Some of us will walk through the forest, and all of a sudden this imagery comes in. Very unique. So we're releasing generational hidden patterns. That's what we're doing through this container. So what happens during that, right? Before, I don't have the capacity. I'm kind of escaping from that. I don't know how to make decisions, or I'm really struggling. It's like, it's very difficult to make the decision. I'm starting something late and then procrastinating, taking myself away from it and distracting myself. I need to convince myself, like, I have to do this. I have to get in front of the camera. There's convincing happening, right? There's forcing happening. I get triggered a lot. Stories triggered me. People trigger me. I doubt myself. I'm not sure this is the right thing. It's the right timing. I'm not sure if I can do it. I'm not sure if they're going to judge me. It's a lot of that happening, a lot of looping. There's also feeling alone. When I start stepping into it, and previous generations don't really feel into that. I also kind of lose some of my friends and some of my circle because now I'm transforming into something bigger. I'm no longer willing to compromise. I'm no longer willing to connect through rumors or through complaining. And some people do, right? So maybe it used to be my circles and no longer doing that. So I have to get brave into, okay, I'm going to lose some belonging temporarily while I'm transforming into something bigger and new connections come to me. I'm welcoming space. I may need to let go of some people out of my life with gratitude. We're going to learn how to let go of people out of your life with gratitude. Former partners, former teachers, childhood friends, people who you're connected with through triggers. Thank you for living my life. Thank you for opening space. We're feeling low energy often in these situations when we are pulled back. It's often said that before we can step into our individual calling, we gotta release our systemic belonging. Systemic meaning we are part of the family system, and the family system has its own conscience. And the family system conscience is responsible for keeping the system whole, meaning integrating everyone who belongs into it. You may be connected to the unborn child, and that may stand in your way of relationship harmony in relationship with money. Makes no sense logically, but I see it very often. That's how we integrate. That's how this ancestral work translates into your business, into growing your practice, into you stepping into your leadership. After what happens, trust. Number one thing that comes is trust. Trusting that you can do it, trusting that you are supported to doing, really feeling it. I think Jillian mentioned today, I really felt my parents. I wasn't imagining that they're somatically there. That's what happens when you work through that. You consistently feel supported, that life is for you. You don't crash anymore. You don't feel burned out anymore. And you don't turn against yourself anymore. That inner talk, that inner conversation, when you are your biggest judge, goes away. It almost feels like a miracle. It's like, oh my God. But it does. It really, truly does go away. You start looking at yourself with love. You start looking at yourself the way you looked at your inner child today. There's so much compassion. With so much, I'm here for you. You got this. Let's play. Decision becomes easy. In fact, we recently did the Making Soul Align Decision Mastery, where this playfulness came in again. A decision really kind of part of, okay, I'm curious. I'm curious what's going to be. That's from the place of curiosity is how we're going to step into it. The self-doubt becomes that momentum when it's like, I wonder if there's something else. Let me tune into that. You feel supported, become irresistible because you radiate that energy. People want to be with you. You become safe for people. This is kind of the next step. It's not only you are safe to be seen, you are safe to see others. We constantly co-regulate with others, right? Who are the leaders? They're people with the most stable nervous system. Their presence is something other people want to be in. You become that. That's leadership. That's somatic level leadership, not authority-based leadership. When I say and you do. When we do authority-based leadership, it's dominance. You play with the power. You're stepping into that victim perpetrator. You play with people's fears. but it doesn't feel authentic. It feels like as long as it's coming from the solar plexus, like it's coming from the control, and it feels in you very anxious, because the moment you let go of control, everything falls apart. You become open and creative. You crave creativity and you allow the creativity to come out of you, because you now feel safe to be seen in your creative force. You stop using your energy on hiding and redirect it into, I want to create. This is our primal need. I want to create. I'm the creator. And the programs that you buy, they do tell you how to start working now, how to post social media posts, how to build strategy for your business. Now you're no longer resisting that. Who is this for? This is for you if you've done your inner work, but you still hesitate. Like, you know, the inner child, you work with the inner child, you work with coaching, but you still hesitate. That's when we look at the ancestral and the inherited patterns, those that are bigger than you. You know your purpose, you feel your purpose, but you don't live it yet. But it's there, it's in you. You really crave it. That's for you if you really long for that life that feels aligned. You feel that there's something deeper in you that needs releasing. Because usually the most common things that I hear, there's something stopping me. I don't know what it is, but something is stopping me. That's the feeling. That's like, it's almost like it's coming to your throat. Like you don't know it, but it's there. That's what we work with, that invisible patterns. And you're committed to that. I really want to work with people who say, okay, I'm ready for this. Let's do this. I don't want you to get into this program and not show up to the calls and not do the materials, not do the meditations. I really invite you to fully step into this, because this is an opportunity. This is something that will bring you closer to where you want to be. This will open doors for you. What other people say who did this? Maria came to our course about a year ago, and she was launching her business. She was launching her coaching business. She did the constellation work. And this is what she said. It's one of those courses that change your life. It was a portal for me to understand and release what needed so much healing within. Helena came. Helena is a powerful artist. She's beautiful, beautifully works with arts, and she holds feminine circles. And she came in with the request to figure out why she cannot make it sustainable. Everybody loves her, community loves her. She couldn't really make it profitable enough to sustain her family. So this is what she shares. That was profound. She did the constellation and it really landed for her that time. It shocked Elena when we put money in the constellation, and then she got it. It was about her mother. That was one of those situations when we are connected to the unborn children before us, and we carry that connection. And that's that guilt. I had mentioned before, there's survivor's guilt. I survived, you did not. That's something we often carry when we have unborn siblings. We don't know about it. There's no really other way to know about it but to bring yourself into this ancestral work. Kristen is a mindset coach, and she did her work to connect deeper within her relationship, within her family, as well as her clients. She shared that she felt whole and solid and deeply connected to herself after doing the work. It's a feeling of embodiment I've never experienced before. This is not just spiritual work, let's talk about this. This is embodiment. This is truly what shifts your lives. This is the experience that's real in you, somatically experienced. Leland, you are on here. Could I ask you to share your words in your words, if you're still with us? So I don't just read it from the...
Don't read it because I can't even remember. I'm
Please, if you
shocked
could
I'm
share.
there.
How was it for you? How was
Yeah,
that experience
it
for you?
is. Well, it is exactly as Kirsten said. It's embodying it's kind of unifying the mind and the heart and embodying a new way of life, a new way of being within and in your neighborhood, your local, in your family system, everywhere. It's incredible, really, and it's extraordinarily powerful. And it sort of frees up your energy because you're entangled with all this stuff, our stories and our experiences of life. And suddenly when you get space from it, and then new energy flows and new possibilities, and people are attracted to you. And it gives you vitality for life and living. So yeah, it's quite powerful. Thank you. And I'm really surprised.
Thank you
Thank you.
so much, Lillian. And just want to
Say that.
say that, uh-huh.
Sorry. I didn't hear you. Sorry.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that from the time that you came, what was it, 2 years ago, year and a half ago, something like that, when you joined first? Yeah. The
Yeah.
difference that happened within your presence, it's so big. It's so big. I remember that shyness, that kind of a little bit of hiding in the back, and then all of a sudden we see this powerful, beautiful woman. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. It's like a gift. It is a gift for your life and for your being. Thank you for your work, Vika, and everybody here, particularly Anne and Katya. Thank you.
Thank you. My microphone just dropped from you. All right, let's go back. We'll just finish it quick. I know I'm take a little bit longer. So we're gonna go through a few more pieces and I'll open up for questions. All right, what's included in this program? So the program goes into 3 months, bi-weekly live group sessions. That's where the magic happens. That's where the alchemy happens. We also have the pre-recorded ancestral teachings close to what you received in Permission to be Seen if you're part of that journey. And on top of that, there are the teachings. We just share what I just shared, like family system conscience has its own purpose. So you understand deeper what's happening in the background. We're gonna have one group alignment call, so you get to meet each other first before we dive deep into this work, get to really align with each other and connect, because we're gonna go through this work as a group, as a community, small, intimate group. We're gonna inspire each other. We're gonna share vulnerably with each other. We're gonna have some accountability bodies, so you're connected through the whole time, not just during our sessions. And we're gonna have the community space, the community sanctuary, like I like calling it, because it's the space where we share, where I bring resources, you bring your insights, where I hold you accountable for the homework. I remember somebody got the homework today, right? So that's also part of the process. That's what we do. It's very actionable. So we do this embodiment, opening up. It's spiritual heart opening work, right? We kind of bring the energy into the heart and we embody it. Because without your actions, like, we don't live in monasteries, we live in our life, right? So we need to bring it into daily. We need to really bring it down to the earth and find this grounded way of sharing ourselves, the life force through us in that human experience with everything that comes. So you're going to build the self-trust. You're going to embody your voice. That's what we build in. Your intuition, your inner authority, speaking with empowerment of what the tools, what the resources you have from your ancestry. Inherited patterns, big deal. That's what we're going to work with, and expanding through that. We're going to increase your capacity of creative energy. We're going to expand into life that feels true. We're gonna step into an identity that's soul aligned for you. Investment. What's it gonna take, right? So it's the energy exchange. You gotta put in some resources into that, right? Because we're doing the big work here. So the program for 3 months is $14.97. Well, that's about $500 per month that you're gonna invest. And because you're here at the webinar, I have some bonuses for you, right? I have some special deals for you. So what I'm gonna give you, if you say yes to this, I'm gonna give you lifetime access to Permission to Be Seen journey. Very powerful. If you already paid for it, I'm gonna refine you for that. It's part of the program. So if you say yes to that, that's gonna be given to you as a bonus. The Ancestral World, that has all the workshops curated that we had in the past 2 years. So you're gonna have access to that. I put the 1200 plus because I continuously add resources to that. You're gonna have access to Heal Your Mother Wound. Why? Because you need that extra work, extra journey to really connect with the mother energy. You can do that before, during, or after. So anytime that works for you, that's going to be just as a bonus for you. It's really going to help. It's a Permission to Be Seen. I would really recommend you do it before we even start. Heal Your Mother Wound, either in the middle when we have the integration time, or at the end to help you embody that. Really powerful. Every time you do that, there are new insights coming in. If you want to go to our group, you'll see all the comments of like, it was profound. It was like psychedelic journey. I wasn't ready for that, somebody said. It was so deep. I wish everybody took it. It's really, really powerful. All the words about it are inside our Facebook group. So go and take a look when you have a chance to do that. I'm going to pause here and leave the links. So if you know that you are a yes, this is the link for you. There are 2 options, by the way. I'm just going to guide you through that because it may not be obvious. There is an option to pay in full and you're good to go. There's an option to take a monthly plan and you can do that. So if you want to right now just reserve your spot, be among the first takers, you can pay the 1 monthly and then switch to the full pay. So it's gonna save you some money there. If you're ready to do it in full, it's like, yes, I'm ready for it. I don't want to think about money. I'm ready for this investment. That's the link for you. Any questions? Anything you would like to ask me? About the program overall? Then I am going to ask Anne, who already joined us. Could I bring you on the spot and ask you why you joined the program?
Yeah, actually, interesting. When you did the yes, no embodiment, it was a clear, and then looking out 6 months from now, choosing the yes just brought a huge smile to my face and an ease to my body and just a big breath of, of course. And then once I said the yes and committed to the yes, there was a question in one of the questions you had before this webinar, something. What would you do if you overcame those challenges? And my response was, well, I would go back to playing on the boards. And so miraculously, or not miraculously, but in the flow, um, the acting program that I love up in the mountains in Topanga, California, for summer opened up. And so I'm gonna be doing that. And
Woohoo!
actually,
Congratulations! Yeah, it's
yeah.
right there, huh?
So already it's rolling. It's rolling. And I'm heading out there right now, right after this.
Beautiful.
So yeah, it just felt enlightening and all those hearts just popping right through.
Thank you
So
so much for sharing that. And congratulations on that opportunity. You're stepping into that. Like you just ask him, you shall receive, right? That's how it works. Miracles
there
do happen. They do really happen in this kind of work. Synchronicities come in. You feel so supported. Life opens up for you. It's like this unfolding in front of you. It doesn't even make sense. But sometimes we do just ask for requests and we step boldly into saying, this is what I want. And the universe goes, okay, here you go.
right, and with an ease, no muss, no fuss.
I love that. That's what we want. That's how it feels in the flow, right? It's no overthinking. It's like, how hard do I need to work to afford that? Like, what do I need to change in my life? It's like opportunity. Yeah, resonate that. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, like what's the best that could happen?
Yeah, right. I love that. The practice that Anne was referring to, I'm gonna email it to you as well, but I recorded this 5 minutes video. Helped us make decisions when investments is in place, and not just investment, but it's kind of like, oh, I'm not sure. It's an important decision. It's really important. Tune into your body, find your ground your roots, like really feel your roots. Open up the ancestry. Just really feel that support. The goal is to come into the place I feel safe, connected, grounded. From that place, we embody the alternative options. First, let's embody no. Say, okay, I said no to this. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to figure out anything. That's a no for me. And tune into how it feels in your body. What are the sensations? What are the visions? What's coming up for you? And then we expand it into 6 months from now. I said no. How is my body feeling? Just scan your body for contractions or expansions. Feel tingling. Feel something in these parts of my body, whatever that is, in any form and shape. Maybe visions, maybe audio. You got your answer, and let it go. Check yourself. It will come back to neutrality, come back to this moment. I'm here now. And then we're going to do the second version. And we're going to feel into yes. I said yes to this opportunity. And just feel what's coming up in your body. What's happening within? What are the sensations, contractions, expansions? And the same thing, we're going to take ourselves 6 months from now. What does it feel like 6 months from now? After I said yes to this. What is my body experiencing? No pressure, no attachment, no intention, just the sensations. And whenever you receive your answer, let it go, release, come back to here now. So that's the process how you can make any decisions. That's not the mental driven, that's the body heart driven decisions. Oh, I love the hearts. Thank you, Lillian. I see Julian is coming back to us. All right. Anything else I can support you with today? Thanks, Katya. Any questions you have? Any confusion, any doubts? Any inspirations you want to share?
When do you start?
The first alignment call is going to be January 26th. So in a week, a little more than a week. We start the program February 2nd.
Okay. Thank you. I've just signed up.
Yay! Congratulations! So happy to have you, Lillian. It's all
Me
Anne.
too.
I know. She convinced you. So happy to see you.
I
Yeah,
actually lost you all for a while while I was doing that. So
yeah. Right. So beautiful. I love that. We're celebrating together. You available on Mondays? Is good for you?
see that?
You good on
Sorry.
Mondays? You available on 26th?
Oh yes, yeah, yeah, good, good.
Beautiful. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have a powerful alignment call. I love that. I love you. Congratulations, Lillian. So good. Michelle, Alina, Jelena, if you're still with us, what are your thoughts? What are your feelings?
I think it sounds amazing. Yeah, I think it sounds really good. My only reason for saying no is that I'm not working at the moment. I do freelance work, and I've just had a bout of working before Christmas. And this year, I haven't got any like clients. It's sort of standard for early in the year in January. But it just seems like quite something to commit financially when I'm not earning
Mhm,
income right now. So it's
mhm,
not like a poor me scenario at all. It's just freelance work. It's always this balance of relaxing into the flow of when the next clients are going to come. So if I had a guaranteed client for the next month, like 100%, I would be doing it because it's such yeah, I can imagine it being really super powerful. But yeah, that's just what's floating around in my mind at the moment.
mhm. What if you did this work and then the clients show up because you're not resisting them anymore?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's different work that I do.
Mhm.
So yeah, but I get it.
We had this workshop called Heal Your Relationship with Money in December. Email me. Maybe just doing that work can help you.
Okay. Yeah. Was that an online course?
It's just one workshop. It was, I want to say 2.5 hours. And
Okay.
you can just buy the recording for it and
Ah,
watch
okay.
it at
Yeah.
your own pace.
Right.
Hmm.
Sounds
It's
good.
not, it doesn't feel like that heavy of commitment in you, but it may open up something in you.
Okay.
Mhm.
Is it something that, let's say, if, I don't know, in a month's time, you can join, or is it like set 3 month container?
This one specifically is 3 months container.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Something I may introduce something that's ongoing that you can kind of join not anytime, but a couple times a year. You can join that and do that. We will have workshops. Container is just so much deeper.
I
More
know. Yeah. No, I know. I think it would be, I think it would be amazing. I'll sit on it for a few days and see.
sit in it, slip in it.
Yeah.
Let your body feel into that.
Yes.
I'd
Thank
love to have you totally understand that this is investment that requires some kind of, but and also one tricky thing or one thing for you: ask your ancestry to support you. It's like this is like just tell them this is how I want, what I want to feel. Right now, it's not like I want this car, but I want to feel into that. I want to step into this. I want to, if is your freelance work something that you're really passionate about? You feel like this is my thing.
Yeah, actually, I do freelance work for charities in the UK. So that's my consultancy business for like 20 years or something. So yeah, it's been quite standard. But I've actually trained in family constellations myself recently.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd be stepping in. So the new thing I'd be stepping into is family constellations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know how they say you gotta do at least or participate in at least 100 constellations before you really run it. Have you heard it?
Yeah, I've done quite a lot. It's like 3 year journey so far.
Nice, nice,
So quite
beautiful.
quite a few. But I don't know if I've done 100. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're familiar with the work.
Yeah.
You know the power.
Yeah, but my charity work has taken my attention for the last quite a few months. So this is the first time I've been online in a constellation group for quite some time. So yeah, it's
Happy to
nice
have you.
to
Thank you for
reconnect.
coming.
So we'll see. Let's see. Maybe I'll get a new charity client for the next few months in the next few days, and then that would be no hesitation.
Absolutely. Love that. Love the opportunity. I love your openness to that.
Thank you.
All right, ladies. We are complete for today. Thank you. You're welcome, Lillian. Congratulations,
Thank
Anne.
you so much.
Thank you, Michelle.
Yes, Lillian, enjoy, and Anne, enjoy.
Um,
Maybe I'll see you. Yeah,
Pleasure, yeah. I took the payment plan, if that's any help.
right. Okay, that's good to know.
Trust divinity to provide the rest.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a bi-weekly twice a week, or is it every 2 weeks?
Every 2 weeks.
Right.
Mm-hmm. One
Okay.
session every 2 weeks for the live, and the rest we do in your own pace. You do the homework in your own pace, you do the recording in your own pace. Yeah. It's kind of, I found that it's a good integration pace, and people need time to integrate this work.
Yeah.
Really embody it.
Definitely.
All
Thank you so
right.
much.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks so
you,
much.
everyone. Have a good
Bye.
night. Have a good day. The rest of your
Thanks.
time.
Thank
Bye.
you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Good to see you all.
Bye.